Hey, small group leaders. I'm Jody Schmeltzer with the Madison campus, and this is Lee Smith with the Reservoir campus. We're over here hanging out in Lee's office.
That's right.
And we want to give you guys a quick shout out, whether you're from Madison, whether you're from the Reservoir, whether you're from Starkville or from Clinton. We're excited to be with you guys today, and we want to just share with you guys a new tool that we've got that's basically a self-assessment that you can use in your very own small group. And we think it's going to be a great resource for all of our small group leaders to have so that they can walk through some things with their group.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so let's do this, Lee, man. Why don't you just kind of explain to us why we're doing the self-assessment, and what are the benefits of having this self-assessment?
Yeah. So, I mean, when we think about a church where we've been the last few weeks, we just got through without Live Your Life. And, you know, one of the things that we committed to as a church is to grow like we've never grown before over the next 24 months. And so, you know, as your small group team began to meet, we began to think through, man, what does that look like for small group ministry to grow like we've never grown before? And while we'll always kind of make some suggestions around some featured studies and things like that, we thought it really made a lot of sense to offer you a study that you could custom pick from that really speaks to where you are in your life spiritually.
Yeah.
And so this is just a great option for groups to kind of come around and decide as a group collectively, man, this is where we really want to grow for the next few weeks of our life.
Okay, so it'll specifically help us with, man, what area our group wants to grow in the most, and we can decide from there, man, what to study as a group from that point on. Okay.
That's right.
Cool. All right, well, now that we know kind of the why behind it, let's talk about how we use it.
All right. Good question.
Share with us, man, how do we use this thing?
All right, so in this email you guys are getting today, you're going to have some attachments, all right? There are three things I really want to draw your attention to. So the first thing is this. You'll notice in one of the attachments, there's going to be a sheet that you can print out, and it's going to be the 8 characteristics of a disciple. And under each characteristic of a disciple, there are 3 bullet point statements.
Okay.
So ideally what we would kind of envision happening is that either you guys can email this out prior to this week's meeting, or you can choose to do this at your first week meeting, where you just basically hand this out to each of your group members and have them read through each of the bullet point statements. And my suggestion would be maybe to encourage that person to get by themselves, just maybe prayerfully consider this as they walk through this. And then after they read these bullet point statements, then you want to kind of bring them back to the will, okay? And this will is probably familiar to you. You've seen it on our Foundations website. But after they've read these bullet point statements, they can just simply come to this will and maybe just kind of measure where they are around each one of these characteristics. And there are 2 questions at the bottom that they could go and answer. Which one of these do I feel the strongest in?
Okay.
And then the other question is, which one do I need to grow in the most right now?
Okay.
And so ideally, you know, there's no names on this or anything, but you can collect all these leaders at the end of the night or have them bring them to their first meeting.
Okay.
And then maybe you guys as a group can begin to zero in on, man, where's that one area, that one characteristic that we really want to grow in the most?
Okay.
Now, the final thing is once you identify which area, the other attachment is just going to be some suggested curriculum that the small group staff, we've all agreed on. Man, this is some great curriculum that either we've had experience with or that we feel really good about that will address in some way each of these characteristics. So you can read the statements, take the assessment, and then collectively as a group decide, man, this is the area we want to grow, and pick a topic off that or pick one of the curriculum off that.
Okay, sweet. So they can either do it prior to their group meeting this coming week, or they can do this in their own home at the night that their group is meeting.
That's exactly right.
All right, well, that's great. I think it's going to be a great resource.
I do too. Man. I do too. And some of the small group leaders we've already talked about, they're really fired up about it. So it's awesome. A great new option. Well,
awesome, guys. Hope that y'all can rally around this new assessment tool. And hope that you guys are enjoying leading your small groups through this spring. And obviously we're in a great sermon series with Ephesians.
Yep.
And if you guys want to take this self-assessment as a group and maybe do one of these curriculums, we want to highly recommend you to do that. So you guys have a great day, and thanks for being with us.
See you guys.
All right. Bye.